Hey there, I'm Natasha. I'm a measurement strategist, and today we're going to look at how you can build a funnel exploration report in GA4. And before we do that, have you downloaded our cheat sheet? It's an incredible resource for you to take your dashboards to a whole new level, but it's also a door for you into our world, because you will start receiving our Thursday newsletters full of really amazing advice and recommendations. So in order to download our cheat sheet, go over to lookerstudio.vip/YouTube and grab it there. And now let me take you into GA4 and let's build the funnel exploration report. So from the homepage, you'll go to Explore, and from here you will have a number of different options and exploration reports that you can build. Today we are looking at funnel exploration. Funnel explorations are most useful to show you visually what is happening along that path that you have predefined for your audience. For example, when you want them to opt in to a free resource or when you want them to purchase something. So this is a great visual way to show you what is actually happening, like from step to step to step. And when you build your report, you will be doing it like on this screen. To the very left, you will have a list of different variables. This is where you will get to select the time duration, but also define the segments, dimensions, metrics. All of these elements can be either added or removed. So depending like what pool of data you want to be pulling from, like this is where like you can add those like larger elements. And then the second panel is settings. This is where you start defining what actually you want to see. Like you mold your report here. This is where you get to define steps, add filters. So this is kind of the building piece of it. And then the canvas of the report, like the actual visual representation is to the right. Like this is, you can see the visuals. This is, you can see the numerical representation. So all of that, like that output will be on the right-hand side. So let's create a new report from scratch to be able to see how this actually happens. So click the plus sign, then funnel exploration, and now this whole area is blank and we get to create it anew. So click the pencil sign, and this is your funnel builder. For the demonstration purposes, today we are going to use our Foresight methodology. If you've been around, you know that this is something that we use to kind of look over the shoulders of people who come to our sites and the sites of our clients to see what is exactly happening here, what is happening on the page itself. We get to define a number of custom events that tell us what exactly going on. So when we build this report, we first look at kind of the entire pool of leads that come to our lookerstudio.vip site, and then look even closer to just the cheat sheet leads. So how do we actually define these steps? Well, for us, the very first step is the impression step. And this is when somebody actually comes to a page. We define it as impression lead, and this is as simple as that. Then the next step is for somebody to kind of show us that, I'm not here by accident. I really wanted to see what is going on this page. And we can tell it by specifying like what that would be. For us, it's 5 to 10 seconds on the page, depending on how long the page is. The cheat sheet opt-in page, as well as many of the pages for our free resources, are quite short. So 5 seconds is plenty, but right now we don't even need to worry about that. This is the next step, which is like our lead. Then what we look at is who is actually engaged now in the process, who is actually starting to take action. On a longer page, it can be them spending 20 seconds on the page, or scrolling for 50%. For us, again, on such a short page, that's a bit of an overkill. So we look at engaged audience as the part of the audience that actually clicks into the form and starts filling it out. And for that, we have a corresponding event. And this is what we are going to select for this engaged lead. Here it is. Great. And then the last step will be generate. And that's when somebody actually becomes a lead. They finish filling out the form, they submit it, they become a lead. And it still happens on the same page. So that's why when we look at how to narrow down now, like what is going on, like we are able to like add this like another layer of the specification of what we're looking at. So right now we have 226 people who have completed like all of these 4 steps and signed up. And now let's look at the cheat sheet people. And since all of this is happening on the same page, all we get to add is just the exact page where all of this is happening. So that's all I will do. For every single step, I will specify the page, why this action is happening, and you will see the numbers on the right-hand side recalculate as I add every single filter. Naturally, it doesn't really matter whether you create this like larger pool of people in this funnel and then apply further filters, or you build out each step all at once. It is totally up to you. Play with it and see what would be most helpful, what would make more sense. A lot of times it helps to look at the larger pool to kind of make sure that everything is working properly, and then like add those other layers. But again, you can definitely play and see how this will work for you. Make sure to click apply button in the right upper corner, and now we have our visualization. So now we have this step by step with the numbers of like how many people and like what percentage of people is moving from step to step, and we have the numbers as well. And this now clearly shows us what is going on. And for August, as we have this defined for August, we had 429 people come to the cheat sheet page, and almost 45% sign up and finish the process. So this is amazing. But when you look at the breakdown, you get to see whether this is what you expected and what are some opportunities for further improvement. For us, for example, when we look at these numbers, we see that, okay, between aware and engaged steps, this is quite a drop-off. So there is some kind of disconnect, and people do not engage further. They don't start filling out the form. So what are some actions that we can take in order to minimize this drop-off? So this is how we read this data. And this is how you will start relating to the numbers that you are seeing. If you're doing it for the first time, they will become your initial benchmarks. And then as you send different traffic sources to the page, as you try different marketing tactics, as you make improvements, for example, to the page, changing copy, changing layout, changing messaging, you will see the numbers change from time period to time period, and you will be able to see what actually makes the difference, what brings you closer to the result that you want. So that's why these exploration reports, funnel exploration reports, are so helpful and useful, because they make you see the impact of your work. They make you visually see what is actually going on and whether the changes that you are making are actually creating the result that you want to see. So I'm happy building, and make sure that you start using these insights to make data-driven decisions. Before you leave from this page, make sure that you click on this little folder sign to save this report into the library so that you don't need to rebuild it newly. So next time you come, all you change is the time periods that you want to look at, and you will be able then to compare it to the previous time period and then take the necessary action. So I hope that this gives you even more motivation to test different things, but now not do it blindfolded, but actually see the result your different actions are making, and select the ones that require the least resources and provide the biggest impact. See you soon.